Often the real problem is swelling, not mucus. Advil Congestion Relief reduces swelling due to nasal inflammation.
Looks like things are clearing up.
Clever. Advil Congestion Relief, the right relief for the real problem. For more information, visit AdvilCongestionRelief.com. Use as directed.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am Fred Dwyer, sitting here side by side at 60,000 feet with my good friend Eric Horn.
We are flying high. Some higher than others, but we're flying high.
And we're strapped in and ready to go. I just want to remind everybody there's absolutely positively no obsequious pandering to the righteous niceness allowed. And if you want to do that type of thing, go down the hall. Now, I want to talk about the Mitt Romney conundrum here, and what that is this. It's clear Mitt Romney is going to be the Republican candidate for president, and he's going to go up against Barack Obama, the sitting president. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of unrest in the Republican Party about the qualifications of Mitt Romney being a true conservative. Now, everybody's kind of like in agreement that Mitt is probably the best guy to solve the economic woes of this country. And there's a lot of feedback, a lot of exit polling that has been taken that has expressed that very fact. Mitt is the best guy of all the candidates to address this issue. Some states now are still believing that the best and the truest conservative is the one that can win. Everybody, all four of these candidates, have some sort of a explanation or a game plan to solve the economics of our situation in this country. But there's only one, maybe two, maybe Newt, but it's certainly Santorum, who now brings to the forefront not only the ability to solve those problems economically, but also brings with him what I believe is missing terribly in this culture and has been missing for the last 15, 20 years in this country, and that is the connective tissue of morals and standards set forth by the Constitution, by King James Bible, by the Old Testament, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and all of the elements that make America the greatest place in the world, and has been the greatest place in the world since its inception 237 plus years ago. And so there's a bifurcation, a separation between the old line left of center conservatives in the Republican Party and the Tea Party that came to the forefront in November of 2010 and told Barack Obama to knock it off. We're tired of it. But here's what it also did. That was also a message to the Republican Party. And that message was, we want the party, that's everybody, to go back across the center line to the right of center to where the Constitution is and to where standards and decency, religion, Judeo-Christian principles live and where America lives. Because that is where families get their root footprint in life, if you will, in order to teach their children. And that acts as a trickle-down effect to certainly from the churches, from families, and the demand put on by churches and families to the institutions of higher learning, the educational system. People are sick and tired. I know I am. I'm fed up. Sick and tired of all of the degradation that's been going on in the culture. And I believe it comes right back to good, sound thinking Americans who believe in freedom and liberty and individual greatness, sending people to Washington and having those cowards destroy the Constitution. And they become professional politicians, instead of working for the people and for the common good and for the common goal of preserving and promoting conservatism. That's what this is about. You've got to promote it. George Herbert Walker Bush, number one, did not do that. He did not carry forth Ronald Reagan's principles. He's a one-term president. W spent 8 years in the White House running away from conservatism. He was left of center domestically, and he was right of center for the war on terror. And he did nothing to preserve and help conservatism in this country. Right now, you have Mitt Romney coming forth. He's going to come out of this thing. He's going to be the guy. And he's going to be the guy. He's also going to have an opportunity now. He's got all of March. He won Ohio, so he's got a pretty good I think toehold in being the guy if he now starts talking about certainly the beautiful things that he does well. That's the economy, turning companies around. That's wonderful. Go ahead and do that. But you better start talking about liberty and freedom. You better start talking about the Constitution, and you better start putting that up against what Barack Hussein Obama is not. He is not an American that believes in the Constitution. He never did. His principles prove that. His history proves that. He said it. It's a living, breathing document to be played with and turned around and gutted and ripped apart. That's what he's going to do. And if he is reelected, he is going to go through this Constitution like toilet paper. He is going to knock down the tenets that make this country great. And he doesn't need to go to the Congress to do it. His first step, amnesty. He's going to just step out and say, all you guys are legal right now because I said so. I don't care what the American people want or what the Constitution says or what state issues say. I'm going to do it. He's going to do everything he can possibly do because you people did not put Mitt Romney in office because you were afraid that he's just not quite conservative enough. And so what Mitt is going to have to do, and I think he's got it in him to do it, he's going to have to be conservative. Domestic issues, he's got to talk about the Constitution, he's got to talk, he's got to communicate and believe in the tenets of conservatism. If he doesn't, it's going to be a hard road. Not saying he won't win. I'm going to vote for him. That's for darn sure I'm going to vote for him. But you know, what we're doing here, folks, is we're going to chart this for you between now and next November. We're going to be able to take a look at all of this stuff. We're going to be able to follow Mitt along the path. We're going to contrast him with his belief systems. We're going to question. We're going to poke, and we're going to wrestle this thing to the ground and get some answers. And we're going to demand answers. And I think that his presidency will stand for much more than just getting rid of Barack Obama. It could very well stand for the return to the true conservative movement that is in America and separates America and separates us from the rest of the world. Now, when we come back, we got a lot of stuff to get into. We're going to hear from Obama and Mitt Romney. Don't go away.
Who's